Introducing a range of new routers and Wi-Fi mesh. Whether it's speed or coverage, there is a device for everyone. This is broadband done right.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are unboxing. I don't know know what the heck this is. That looks like a toaster. 100%. No lah. That's a waffle maker. What is this? Obviously, it's a Wi-Fi router. Y'all are just Zoomers, man. It's a Discman.
Don't worry, Dad. I got you covered.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to No Tech Tash, where we'll be unboxing a mystery item for tonight. I wonder what it is. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Good evening. Selamat berbuka puasa. Welcome back to another episode of No Tech Tash. Today's episode is going to be very educational. So today, everybody, I need you to go get your pen, your paper, empty your thoughts because you're going to replace it with new things. Do you see all these fancy schmancy things on this desk here? Do you know what these are? I don't. But thankfully, our guests here do. We have three awesome people today. Why don't y'all introduce yourself? So you do.
Hi, I'm Alvin Teng. I'm the sales manager for QNAP Malaysia.
Okay. And what about you, Sel?
Hi, my name is Jun. I'm from serverDNA. I'm a technical guy.
He's the what?
Technical guy.
Oh, okay. And guys, if you guys have been wondering who is Ruski, giving away all the expensive things, who you spend, we love boss 3000. This is the man himself from Ruski. He's not allowed to show his face, you know, in case you guys rob him for his money.
Hi, I'm Rupan. I'm the CKO.
Why you
Chief
say your
Coolie
name
Officer. I'm the Chief Coolie Officer.
Chief Coolie Officer?
Yeah, so I do all the work. Tess get all the credit.
Who's the boss?
You.
Oh,
This
oh.
is no Tech Tash.
Okay, guys. So, on Rupan's request tonight, our show is going to be very different. We're going to be head empty, new thoughts. AKA, we'll be talking about QNAP or NAS per se. And boss, he just yao Siva the other week. That's why we don't see Siva today because he made a big boo-boo. When we were talking about the NAS, he said network and what? Storage. Network and storage. But he was wrong. What was it, boss?
Never attach storage.
Exactly. That's why he couldn't tell. And that's why you didn't see him today. Because today, he kena dog pay. Probation. For how long?
1 week.
1 week. Not allowed. Because he say NAS wrong. So you guys, especially you he's your boss Something wrong kena tiaw tomorrow Look at him. Look at his face. Pure evil, man. Pure evil. So
Fully.
so we know that it's not Alvin's first time here. It's actually a third time on No Tech Tash, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about being back here today?
Good.
Good? Okay, so like we're gonna have a competition on who knows the most. Will it be Alvin, June, or Big Boss? And this competition will be judged by you guys in the chat. At the end, who is the loser have to do the Squidward dance. Okay? Yes? Can I? Yay! Okay guys, so before we continue, guys, please check in and register at a.sdna.asia and answer the poll and feedback form because you guys, today's free gift, the prize we're giving away is worth how much, guys?
2 items. The first one is the entry NAS.
This one?
Yes, that's about 1,000. How much is it, Alvi?
1000 plus.
Yeah, this one is
1,000 what?
worth
1,000 plus is
1,005?
Should be, I think, around 1005.
about 1,005.
Yeah, this is worth 1,500 ringgit, and the second one,
is the
About
this one.
2000
this
plus.
one. Oh,
This
that
one.
one,
Yes.
2,000 plus,
Yes.
2,300.
Around that.
Okay, 1,500 and 2,300. So these are very expensive things, and don't worry if you guys don't know how to use it because that's what we're here for. Well, I don't know crap. That's what they're here for, to teach you guys how to use the QNAP NAS. Alright. So, Marie, how shall we proceed? Is there a video? No video tonight. Alright, it's very funny, innit? So today, I'm going to be hosting with this accent for the whole night. So, yeah, take it away, boys.
Okay, so ini aman Malaysia ke apa?
No, today I just came back from Liverpool. So like I was there for 2 hours. This is my new accent, yeah?
All right, okay. So tonight we are going to talk about a network attached storage. Okay, and one of the biggest problem of talking about NAS is that it is a very misunderstood product.
Wait look at the chat. It said boleh buat pirate server.
Okay, I don't know that. All right, okay, so it's a very misunderstood product, all right? And so what we will do is we are going to go back to the very fundamental of what storage is all about, and I'm going to talk about that part, and then subsequently we are going to do a demonstration on how network attached storage really work.
Hey boss, have you demonstrated these?
Not
Demonstrate these nuts!
well, we done a lot of POCs, but
you
definitely
didn't get my meme ke?
No, I don't get your meme.
He didn't get these nuts! Okay, but before that, we are gonna invite some guests who maybe will get these nuts. Let's invite our 2 Zoom guests for tonight. Yo guys, how you guys doing? Quickly,
Hello.
Good.
introduce
Doing very good.
our
Doing good.
names. Wait, have you guys seen these before?
No, that's my first time.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it.
What? You have not seen these nuts? I'm sorry. Okay, go on.
You broke him already. You just started. Come on. Immediately break the gas. What is this?
All right, just quickly introduce yourselves.
All right, I'll go first. Hey guys, I'm Nick Tian. I am a former content writer and social media manager for Fire Dragoon Esports.
Oh my God, they were like
Wow.
my previously favorite team.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Saw you once, I think. You came by.
I did. Oh, wow.
I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's a long time ago. It's been a while. The pandemic does funny things.
Yeah.
So currently I am self-employed. Just started my own YouTube gaming channel and
Dang.
trying to stream on Twitch as well.
All right, drop the channel there, and then let us all follow you to show our support.
Sure.
All right, sir. Are you still broken?
No, I'm not broken anymore.
Oh.
I'm good.
Have
I'm
you
good.
heard of Ligma?
No, I'm not even gonna go there.
Just say it. Just say it.
I'm not gonna go there.
Just say it.
Oh my
Don't drag this
God.
any further.
I don't have Ligma.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say. Okay, never mind. Go on. Introduce yourself. I'm sorry, Molly. All right.
So I guess I'm introducing myself, right?
yes.
Okay. I'm King Jeffo. I am a full-time streamer on twitch.tv/King Jeffo. And I usually stream Final Fantasy 14, and I always scream a lot. That's my forte. I scream and I yell at people.
Oh wow. Well, I guess I
I'm
have
surprised still has
competition now, boss.
voice.
Don't scare at me,
Haha, I just had a can of Red Bull.
I'm only a CKO,
Okay, so now that we've all done the introductions, boss, why don't you talk about these?
Okay, so
Talk about these nuts! Okay, go.
Wait, where's the mouse pad? I'm gonna throw at her. Okay, so Chris and what's the other name again?
Hiya, you hear that?
Sorry, I didn't catch the name.
Call
just
him
now.
the king.
The king. All right, okay. So have you guys actually used a NAS storage before?
Yeah, I built one actually.
Wow.
Oh,
Okay,
damn.
so you know what a NAS is all about, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, it's multiple hard drives in one place.
Fantastic. What about you, King?
I have not heard of it before until today, and Nick did a great job of explaining it, and I'm honestly surprised that there's such a system where you can just plug and play the hard drive.
All right. Okay. So basically, before I was interrupted by that girl. Okay. I was about to talk about NAS, and so I'm going to start over again. Now, NAS is definitely one of the very difficult subject to show to people, to tell people, unless the person itself already understood what storage and storage system is all about. Okay, so the key word here is storage and data. All right, so what we do is we take a data, we store it into a storage unit. So a NAS is a form of storage. Okay, but to understand the real value of a NAS requires a very fundamental understanding of how it actually works and why it actually works. Alright, so I'm going to talk about 4 things here. Number 1 is I'm going to talk about storage tiers. Alright, if we actually did computer science, they call it the memory hierarchy. You know, that's 101. But in this case, we are just talking about storage tiers, because what we want people to understand is that there are different kind of storage layers that can be looked into as one storage, yeah? And then the second thing we're going to go into is cache, and why cache works and why it is important to look at cache itself, or memory, storage caching, okay? Okay, and then the third thing we're going to go into is what type of storage, how many types of storage generally there are in the industry, not just the market, NAS being one of them. And subsequently, again, we will be talking about what kind of hard drive that we use for different kind of storage, right? And why you choose what kind of hard drive that works better for you. In your case, if you are just storing your content, you might not want to buy expensive drive. Yeah, and then the final thing is that we are going to zoom into what RAID is all about, and how how many types of RAID, common RAID that is being used. In your case, you are right to say, Nick, multiple hard drive. Okay, so we're going to go straight into that. Shall we start? Đại ca chứ?
Alright, so before that, I heard there's a video, yeah? Is there a video, everybody?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Alright. No video, but we're going to just continue, yeah?
Yeah, alright. Okay, so we're going to, can I have the screen? Alright, so the first thing we'll talk about is storage tier, yeah? So what is a storage tier? A very simple thing is that every computer has a CPU, a memory layer, and a storage layer. Do you know that, Tash?
I don't even know what that means.
You have a CPU?
Here.
You have a memory?
On this.
The storage?
No space already.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, so the basic component on a computer is always CPU, memory, and storage. Yeah. So I'm going to go very fast in this because this is really dry and boring. And on CPU, you'll find a level 1 cache and a level 2 cache. On the motherboard, you'll find a level 3 cache. And Nick, do you know there is a volatile memories? Not SSD, yeah?
Not SSD, yeah?
No, the volatile memories as in memories.
Okay.
Okay, so basically what happened is the latest technology is that you do have storage inside the memory. Okay, with addressable bits. Normal storage.
Is it the M2?
Sorry?
Or is it newer than
M2
M2?
is a form factor.
Oh, okay.
M.2 is a form factor as in U.2, so on and so forth. So in this case, the non-volatile memory is actually memories, okay, but not as good as a DRAM. But it's actually inside the memory. It looks exactly like a memory. It plugs into the memory slot, so on and so forth. So there's one kind of storage over there, this layer. And then on the basic storage, we have SSD, all sorts from entry to very high performing ones. And then we have the primary hard drive, which we... Do you have a hard disk in the system?
No, need to upgrade.
Okay. Alright, so you have a hard drive. Everybody uses a hard drive. And then there's a network storage, which a NAS is actually network storage. And then we have a cloud storage. So these are the common basic layers in storage tiers that you find. Now the key point is here, okay? When we look at the storage tiers, what do we choose where we want our storage to be? So the whole key idea is that any storage, whether it's memory or storage base, is going to be, if it's nearer to the CPU, it's going to be faster, smaller, it's going to be more expensive. Right? So holding true to that, we find that if it goes further down to the cloud, it's the cheapest and the highest capacity, but also the slowest in terms of performance. So bear in mind, when you talk about storage tiers, we talk about the cost effectiveness, all right, in terms of performance, all right, and that's pretty much just what storage tiers is all about. But more important to that is how does caching come in place. Everybody talks about we have a system where the cache is performing faster, all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain how it's going to be looked at, all right. So and caches. So basically what cache does is that you put hot data into higher tier storage, okay, and then you allow the data to perform the task from the higher end storage, and it's the hot data, which means data that is going to be used and used and used again for a very specific schedule in the system, okay. So core data are data you hardly use. Like for instance, you have a picture of your ex-girlfriend. You're not going to show to anybody, all right? Only yourself. You only use it when you're in the toilet.
Huh?
You know?
Okay.
Okay.
That's why, boss.
Yeah. So those are
somebody
really
call
core
his
data.
wife.
But your picture of your girlfriend is like you're going to look at it every day. So that's hot data. All right. So cache is like it works like that. Is how we're going to see it is that cache cannot be felt, it cannot touch it, you do not know if it's working, but it is there, it actually is performing, all right? So cache works because we are holding the cache data on a higher end tier storage. So far so good?
Brain empty, no thoughts.
All right, so I'm going to say, okay, let's look at the DRAM and the L1 cache, all right? So cache data is actually a subset data of a lower tier storage, yeah? So when we talk about L1 and L2 cache, it's actually a subset of the data already in the DRAM, all right? L1, L2 is inside the CPU. DRAM is outside the CPU on the motherboard, okay? So the DRAM is a lower tier, all right? And if you look at the cache, if we function it as part of the DRAM memory, the non-volatile memories are actually lower performing compared to DRAM. So it is cheaper, larger capacity, is further away from the CPU compared to the DRAM. And the DRAM data is actually a subset of the data in the non-volatile memories. All right? If you're wondering, Intel Optane is a form of non-volatile memories. Okay? And then if you look at it from the storage perspective, compared with the DRAM, you find that, like for instance, a database. The database data is actually stored inside the memory, but the overall database is not on the memory, it's only the hot data in the database that will be residing in the memory. So it's a subset of the storage. And you go on between SSD and the primary hard drive. When we set the SSD as a cache layer against the primary drive, the data on the SSD is actually the subset data of a lower storage, which means you have a copy on the lower storage. But the hot data, the one that is used frequently, will be in the cache. So you'll be asking what kind of data will be used in an SSD, right? If it's set as a cache. So an example again, like for instance, database, or if you are doing coding, programming, you use a lot of the same code over and over and over again. So these data are normally stored on the cache layer, right? But other data that you rarely use is stored on the hard drive. Right? So when the data is being called or utilized, it will first go to a high performing storage tier, which is in this case the cache is the SSD. So you find a very significant performance accessing your data in terms of IOPS. Okay? And okay or not? You understand or not? I'm worried about you. Seriously, I'm worried about you. You're so
Alright.
quiet.
I'm quiet because like
She's very invested in learning.
yes, that. Also, the triangle with the squares look like a drawing of a cyberpunk road. There's also that, but it's okay. It's all here. It's all
Yeah.
here.
All right. Okay. So, like for instance, a database is a frequently used data, or a programming code is a very frequently used data. So these data are normally residing in a cache layer, and the cache layer itself is higher performing compared to a hard drive. Okay. So in this case, it will work. But what about if we talk about, say, data like emails? You only read it once, you're not going to touch it again. So when we implement a cache layer against what we call an application like an email, you find that the SSD as a cache layer does not function at all for you. You won't have any real performance at all. The reason is because it is always a new data. It's never a repeated use data. So in essence, we need to fill up the cache layer with hot data before it start performing as a really fast performance, what we call late tier, right?
Okay.
Now,
So like your OS, because your OS you keep using it over and over again.
Yes.
So that is in the cache.
all right, that's right.
Then the rest of your program is not used so often, so that is not in the cache.
Yeah,
Is that it?
so you heard of what we call paging?
Hmm.
Okay, so it's the memory dump of data if it's not enough. So caching works about the same principle. If the data there's not enough space on the SSD or the caching tier, so what happens is you will dump the least used data back to the lower tier.
Okay.
You know, so when the memory does not have enough space, it will dump it down to the lower tier. Okay, in this case, the storage. Alright, so it's pretty much the same concept, except that it's slightly different. But for this case, I think it will work. So,
Okay.
one question: how do you get cache? Think, think.
From my layman, normal everyday user, all I know for cache is when you open up your browser and it says accept call cookies.
Okay,
Do
so
you accept these cookies?
Of course I
Yeah.
accept the cookies. It's free cookies,
that doesn't
guys.
look like that actually. But okay, so are you going to pay me or are you going to dance afterwards if I tell you?
I just want cookies.
All right, so cache is pretty much automated. Okay, there's nothing really much you can do about it. It is a software, it is an algorithm. Mostly it is on the firmware. Right? It's in the system. You don't manage the memory and the CPU cache. It's already there. So you don't have to worry about when you actually do coding and so on and so forth. If you want to optimize it, there are software like the Intel Cache software, which you can download for free and use it to turn one of your tiers to become a cache. So you don't really get to see it in action. You don't get to feel it. You can't measure it, right? But in 2017, okay, we did do one demonstration on a video to illustrate how cache works with COD.
Call of Duty?
Yep.
Whoa.
Okay, you guys want to watch it?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Daniel,
of course.
Can we see that?
Yes, Call of Booty. I mean, Call of Duty. one eternity later. TLDR by Intel Optane.
All right, so well, Intel stopped selling that Optane SSD quite long ago, but that was done in 2017, so it was brand new then. It was a 32 gig Intel Optane. All right, so what we did was we turned it into a cache layer, and then we did the demonstration so you can see some difference over it. But overall, when you're actually having a cache, you can't feel anything. You don't know the difference. All right. Okay. Any questions on storage tier and cache?
Actually, I have a question for that Call of Duty thing.
Yeah.
Is that the first load?
No,
As in
no,
like a
no.
fresh
You don't do
load?
that because when you talk about caching, data must be first uploaded into the cache. So no, that was not the first.
Yeah, yeah. so it is multiple times that you play the game, then it will load that fast, right?
You only need to do it once. We were not playing
Only
the
once,
games, we're
okay.
just loading. So yes,
Yeah.
the SSD was already preloaded
Ah,
before we
okay.
did the presentation, so that we can actually the first round you don't feel a difference
Yep.
because
yep.
the cache is still empty.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
maybe
right.
because I have a hybrid drive that I use the same way as well.
Yeah.
Like the first time you load it, it runs almost the same.
Yep.
And then once it fills in the cache, okay, then the subsequent times you play it, it runs faster.
Exactly. So that's the algorithm, cache algorithm working.
Okay.
So it's a hot data, cold data scenario. All right. So you load it up with all the hot data, and then you offload the cold data, and you upload back all the hot data. So yes,
Okay.
the first time is actually not the first time. Sorry, for when we did the video, it was
Yep,
already
okay.
preloaded. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question, boss. So, have you heard of Ligma?
Is that auntie or what?
Have you heard of Ligma or not?
No.
Ligma balls.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. I thought you said Auntie Nigma.
No.
Why are you so complicated? Okay, so when it comes to storage tiers and cache, keyword to why we need to understand that is not how it works, but rather it is all about economics. You got more money, you got better performance.
Yep.
All right? Okay, so I'm going to
But
go
we
to...
have no money.
Then you get low performance.
Ayah.
All right. So the next one I want
Wait,
to
boss,
talk
before
about...
you start.
Yeah.
Hashtag donate to Tash. Thank you. Okay, continue.
I'm not going to say anything. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the type of storage. The first one is a direct attached storage, or DAS. I'm sure if anyone have got a questions, go ahead and ask.
Hey, boss. You know what DAS stands for?
What?
That's nice. Okay, okay.
Okay, so are you taking revenge on Siva, on me?
I mean,
Okay, so direct attached storage, basically what it means, you have got a thumb drive, you got an external hard disk, you got an external storage box. You just plug into any port of communications, and voila, you have got the DAS. So not a very difficult item to comprehend. We put in SD card, that's a direct attached storage, so on and so forth. Yeah. So any storage device that can be attached directly to a host, that's a direct attached storage. The second type of storage is a network attached storage, a NAS. Okay.
or as Siva says, network and storage.
All right. Okay. So what
Boss,
is
stop ignoring me.
what is NAS? I'm going to ask you a question afterwards. Okay. So what is a NAS? In simplicity, NAS is really file folder sharing across a network. If you have got a whole team of collaboration, work to be done, like for instance in a creative environment, you need to share a lot of data. You need a single point of file folder that you can share across with everybody, you can save and so on and so
Boss,
forth.
I legit have a question now. So for direct text storage, right, DAS,
Yeah.
that one is like, say I have a phone, right, and
Yeah.
I put an SD card in, so it's considered direct text storage.
Technically, yes, it is.
So like maybe a external hard disk.
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. The network attached storage is like your own own cloud.
Basically, no. Network attached storage basically means a file folder sharing across a network.
Oh, the local network files, is it?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
So basically, that's what NAS is all about. you create a folder in a box like this, and you share the file folder with everybody. And even if you take your own notebook and you say you allocate 500 gig of space, and you take that one and you share with everybody, that is also considered a network attached
So
storage.
technically, if
So
say,
when we say NAS here, it's not about any specific thing. It's just the understanding of what network attached storage is all about.
Okay, so basically, like if there's a local document file in your computer, right?
Yeah.
So if say I make put a document in there, it's shared across like multiple computers that is on that.
So that is
network.
actually network attaching storage, attached to the storage.
Okay, I get it now.
So it doesn't have to look anything, all right? So I'm not trying to say NAS is how intimidating. No, NAS is just a term. It's a network attached storage.
No, okay.
Right? It is just a collaborated file folder sharing.
Okay.
All right?
So
Now-
someone asked in the comments, if
Yeah.
I connect my handphone to my computer, is that a NAS too?
No.
No, you connect to a file folder.
Okay.
And basically what will happen at the end today is that Alvin is going to do a demonstration for that. So you get to see what happened. So the only reason we have to go through all this is that so you understand the value of a NAS. Otherwise, a NAS will look like just a box, a funny looking expensive box which you put hard disk, you don't know what to do with it.
Okay.
For
Yeah,
you,
so-
I think this like a toaster.
Yeah, it's like a mini toaster. Yeah. All right. So the next one is called a SAN storage. It's a storage attached network. Terbalik.
Hey, can no?
Okay. So a network attached storage, we talk about a file folder. Okay. But when it comes to a SAN, it's about the whole block of storage, which means it's like when you look at a hard drive, and you format it, and you have got a file allocation table, and that is one block. So in this case, it's a whole block of storage. So when you take the storage, you attach it to the system look at it as one single drive, not as a file folder anymore. All right. So a SAN is very much like NAS, but is like the whole box, right? So I'm not going to go very deep. In fact, I'm not going to go deep at it at all, because this is off topic and it gets really lengthy if we go into that. But as a matter of understanding what type of storages are there in the industry, there's a lot more. This is one of the common one. Right? Somebody call it an iSCSI storage, someone will call it IP SAN, someone will call it a SAN which runs on fiber, so on and so forth. But don't really matter. What is important to understand here in simplicity is that it's a whole block of storage locked into your system. Alright? Unlike NAS, everybody goes to the folder. Alright? Now the final one is very rarely used by anyone on a consumer level. In fact, it's never used at all. Alright? But it is a very preferred storage in a data center. Alright? Again, this is not discussion for today. Just to have an acknowledgement that is an object-based storage. In this case, an object-based storage is many storage devices combined together to be extremely scalable with 0 point of failure. You throw away the whole storage box, the storage system will still continue to work, and it's really complicated, right? But for today, we talk about there are 4 types of storage which is quite common in the industry, and it's not just a hard drive. Right? Again, bringing this one out is because later on you will relate to it when we start talking about the NAS QNAP drive. Okay, Kevin? Evan, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so the challenge, okay, of storage is really to increase capacity, reduce your cost, and again, increase the redundancy. Because why? If you want a 10 terabyte capacity, you can still buy a drive. But what happens if you need a 20 terabyte capacity?
Talking to me?
Talking to you lah! Why are you dreaming? Are you?
I was reading chat!
Okay, so what happens? You need a 20 terabyte storage. The maximum today is 16 terabyte, and you need
So
a
you have to
20
buy
terabyte.
2.
You get external hard disk like
And
a normal
your file
person.
is 17 terabyte.
Oh,
Just for the sake of it, you don't get that,
Get QNAP lor.
no.
Then what lor?
You
Cloud
need
ah?
you need redundancy. You need to bring drive all together. That's why RAID is important. That's why NAS supports RAID. Okay. Anyway.
Understand.
Anyway. All right. So
Wait, hold on.
I expect this to be a bit dry, though.
Wait, hang on. Can we answer some
Sure.
comments first? Momo3 asking, how reliable is QNAP NAS as compared to like Synology and others?
Well, it won't be fair to compare in that nature. Again, at this point,
Oh, those are brands.
those are brands. QNAP and
okay.
Synology is a brand, but today we are talking about QNAP.
Uh-huh.
But I think more important is to understand how storage works.
I think it comes down to like preference, like what you need.
Yes.
What
okay.
you need.
So it all goes back to the same thing, how and why, you know. But at the end of the day, QNAP or any brands really talks about how user friendly it is to shoo away everything that I am talking now.
Okay, so like
You didn't get to
basically, if I got QNAP, right, I
Yeah.
didn't know all of that. Can I still use it?
You can use it, but you don't know why you're using it for.
I thought it's to put memories pula, to put data like your
Might
own
as well-
cloud. Like it's like technically your own Google
Yes,
Drive.
you can
what?
do that,
Yeah.
but might as well you just buy 10 hard drive.
Why would I buy 10 hard drive?
Cheaper, mah.
You ke?
You don't
One
need
hard
to
drive
manage
is like-
anything.
Oh.
That's the reason why you have got a NAS system. It
But
also
I
comes
mean,
with
like,
management.
technically, if that's just 10 hard drive, like,
Mm.
but the thing is, the reason why you want this is so that I can access the data wherever I am, and it's my own.
That is one of the key user features. All right, is a user experience provided by QNAP, you know, and a NAS system. Because if you talk about a NAS system in a very crude form, there's no user features. It's a very crude settlement of drive putting together. All right, so it's somewhat of a very dry again approach. So when what QNAP does is that it also does the same thing, and you put in a lot of management, a lot of user experience onto it. So
Okay.
it's really not a right thing to compare between QNAP and another brand and say which is better.
Okay, so we
Alright.
have a question from Dent J1. Can I play game with the NAS?
No, you can't, because it's a file folder sharing point. It is not a primary drive in the triangle earlier. Right? So when you play a game, you got to understand the primary drive is connected directly to the architecture bus in the system. Right? And it's very close to the CPU. The moment you start talking about having a drive across the network, is very far from the CPU. And yes, in a way you can do that, but it also become very underperforming. So when we start talking about NAS, NAS is not meant to be data driving, it's meant to be data storing.
I see. Okay, so another question from Duck Din. How about NAS drive is okay if we used it without any RAID? Usage is 24 hours light workload.
All right, okay. So I'm going to hold that question because that's one of the things I will be talking about afterwards. All right. In fact, that will be the next thing I'll be talking about.
All right.
All right. So the next, any more questions?
No, I'm
All
just
right,
going through comments.
Okay. So the next thing we want to talk about is the type of hard drive, which is really the question. All right. This will answer you immediately. Is all right. Okay. This is Seagate Barracuda. The
Yes.
Seagate Barracuda.
Isn't that the one we can install the game inside?
Yes, you can do anything. This is what we call a consumer class hard drive. The Barracuda Seagate is actually a consumer drive. It does not have an RV protection. Don't ask me what it is yet. I will go into that. Alright. It is not designed for RAID. It is only 2 years warranty. Okay. It's a basic consumer hard drive for any system. Mostly it's used independently as one single drive. So you get a C drive, you get an E drive, you get a, and so on and so forth, as many alphabet if you want. All right. The second type of drive we find in the industry is what we call iron wool from Seagate. And this is a NAS storage drive. Any question? You sure? Network and storage drive?
My brain a bit laggy, but it's okay. Keep going.
All right, so Zoomers, you have any question on this?
Did he just call
Nope,
them
it's
Zoomers?
fine.
Yes, I did.
I'm not a Zoomer.
Not you, I'm not talking to you.
Oh.
All right, so Nick, what, you got a question on this one? Up to you.
Not yet.
All right, okay, so RV protection. First question, what is RV? RV stands for rotational velocity. Okay, simple word, it is a vibration protection feature. Okay, because hard drive is a mechanical drive, it vibrates. Okay, as a single drive, and you put one drive like that, it is okay. It is well managed. But when you have got like 4 drives on top of each other, okay, the vibration will become more significant. Being a mechanical drive, hard drive are not very good at vibration. It's not very nice to them. They fail faster earlier. So Seagate has got the RV protection feature. I will talk about a little bit about it afterwards. And it is much more conducive if you are building a rig with this drive for a NAS. Alright, now the last thing, the next thing that you need to understand about the NAS drive is that it is heavy read, low write. The understanding about
Heavy what?
Heavy read.
Read?
So when we talk about drive, we talk about read and writing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in this case, Iron Wolf or the NAS drive is optimized for heavier reading, lower writing. Okay, because in the NAS environment, you write once, you read many times. Okay, you don't keep writing non-stop. Old girlfriend picture, you only write once, not going to be second time. Girlfriend picture every day. Alright? So the whole question is here, you do not write many times with a NAS drive. Alright, so depending on your usage, you don't do that. That's why this drive is optimized for NAS. The third kind of drive is what we call Seagate Skyhawk. The Seagate Skyhawk drives are designed for surveillance purpose, which is very video oriented. Right? It also has RF protection, it supports RAID, but the difference on this one is heavy write, low read. You keep recording videos in a circle, in a loop, alright, but you don't really look at the video. Alright, so this is optimized for that purpose. Now this two type of drives has got 2 versions, the standard version and the pro version. Alright, the pro version gives you 1.2 million hours MTBF, mean time before failure, and the standard version is 1 million. So what does that tell you? Basically that is a heavier load factor. Alright, so it can handle more terabyte of read write compared to a Barracuda. Alright, so it has got 3 years for the standard, 5 years and for what we call the pro version, or for Skyhawk is called the AI version. Yeah. Now the final one type of drive in the market is called the enterprise or data center class drives. This is also RV protected, also support RAID. The biggest difference with this, it has got a 2 million hours only, 5 years warranty, and it's a balanced read and write.
So what's that for?
What?
The Exos HDD?
Yeah, Exos.
Yeah, what's
Exos
it
drive.
for?
It's for servers and data center use, enterprise class.
Oh, like if say I work in a big company and I have a lot of my own data.
If you are, like for instance, if you have a storage on, you have storage server in the data center, you might want to use this and not anything else, because main server computing means the data, we keep writing data, we keep reading data, we keep writing data, and we keep reading data. So it's very continuous. So these are drive that is designed for balanced read and write.
Okay.
Okay. Now, across all these, you find that hard disk is all about data storage. Yeah, it's just a storage space. And yes, and the key question with today is that how big a single data space do you need? All right. For that reason, we build RAID. Yes. Now, to build RAID, we have got our RV protection. So to have an RV protection, we need an RV sensor, and the RV sensor is integrated into IronWolf, Skyhawk, as well as Exhaust. All right. So these sensors, the vibrations, it mitigates the vibration for the drive, and then it helps support a lesser failure rate. So in other words, when you put a barcode on a RAID drive like that, all right, although it says 2 years, within probably, I don't know, couple of months, you might start to see problem happening. Hard disk starting to fail.
So the ones with RAID is better than the ones without RAID.
If you are using a RAID environment.
Oh, sorry, if
like
I'm
that,
using RAID, then I have to have an RV sensor on it.
best you have that.
Okay. So how do I know which one has an RV sensor and which one doesn't?
That's the model all there already.
Oh, I mean like if say I'm at the Kedai, right, and I don't know which one is which. Does it say on the box usually?
No.
So it's better for me just get this one because I know it has it.
You got to
can check
you
with
got to
the-
do your
you
homework.
can
Go
check with the
online and check out the
retailer lah.
specs.
Ah,
With RV sensor is actually normally
confirm
we will
got lah.
suggested is if you are going with 8 drive above.
Ah,
Alright,
so
so-
when you stack it up lah, basically.
Yes,
So-
because the vibration is you won't see it.
Oh, okay. Like it's like when I say I have an external hard disk, right? Then I feel it vibrating. It's the same thing, is it?
Yes.
Ah.
So
okay.
in other words, it's not one size fits all.
Mm-hmm.
Not one size fits all usage environment, and not one size fits all purposes. Right? So
Okay.
the important thing is to understand what drive optimization works for what sort of environment you want to set up.
Okay.
So these are the type of hard drive. Okay, I'm going to give one simple example here between an IronWolf and a desktop drive. So a desktop drive have lower load, which is Barracuda. It's a 55 terabyte per annum expected MTBF kind of thing, you know. Alright, and then it has got no RV sensor. The drive is never meant to run 24/7.
Ah, okay. So if you're gonna use it for longer hours, then the specs would
Doesn't
be
it's not
different.
designed for that purpose.
Right.
So
Except for like a
and it can fail much earlier.
right.
Right? Good thing about drive is that it's got 2 years full warranty, so you got no problem with that, though. Right? A big inconvenience. And you have got the IronWolf drive, which is a NAS drive. This is based on the standard drive, not the Pro drive. It's up to 300 terabyte per year. It has got an RV sensor, which means it is vibration mitigated, and it is designed to run 24/7. Alright, if you look at the RV sensor, there's two, like, you know, up down thing.
Yeah.
That basically means you have two drive on top of each other.
Oh, like stacked.
Yeah, it's stacking
Okay.
together. So because you have one drive, it's self capable of managing. But we
Right.
have 2, 3, and 4 going
And
like
then
that.
it's like multiple things
Yes,
vibrating.
and the vibration
right?
will magnify.
Ah, okay.
Right, and again, vibration not very good for mechanical drive.
Right. So we have a question from Daktin again. My question is it okay if we don't use RAID since the drive is designed for RAID?
Yes, you can do that. In fact, the RAID term for that is called JBOD, just a bunch of this.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but yes.
Yes, you can do that. You don't. RAID is a configuration which we'll be talking about after this, but it is not must have RAID.
Right.
It's optional. Again, it really depends on why you want to set up a RAID. If you want to do that, it's about redundancy. It's about creating a bigger array of a single drive. Then you use a RAID. Otherwise, it's optional if you don't want to use that. There's
Alright.
no problem.
So Muzammil says vibrating is HDD's enemy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on. We also have Izul saying that he wants to share the slides with his class so he can learn it. So feel free to rewatch the stream and have Big Boss. Maybe
Well, I mean, again-
maybe you don't need a teacher anymore. Just play the whole stream.
Well, share more of our stream. I'm okay with this. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next one. You got any question, Nick?
How about this? If, like, let's say for me, because I do video editing, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I guess the configuration should be like this. You tell me if it's correct or wrong. So for when I'm recording stuff, I just need a regular hard drive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a NAS. I don't need anything like that. But because the file size now are like 40 gigs, 50 gigs, because now we have 1080p, 4K video, so the file size
Yeah.
are that big. So when we move to the NAS, is it okay to just use like low write, high read kind of system, or which one should we use?
Well, okay.
Because just now you got a few.
Let's look at two case situation here. Are you going to use a lot of the data that you store in the NAS?
Well, from time to time because like when you're recording, that time is you don't really need but because when you're video editing, you have offline editing and online editing, so you still need the raw footage, which is very big. Then you render it into a smaller file size so that you can edit faster, and then you would import the raw video again at the end just to make it high quality.
So have a bigger understanding of the NAS is a storage, it's not a primary drive first. Okay. So you do not compute your work on the NAS drive.
Yeah. So it's basically just for me to put the files in there. Then when I need it, I bring it out.
Okay. So which means if you are going to like take a lot of data from the NAS drive and back to you and back to there and back to you,
yes,
then prefer that you use what we call enterprise drive rather than IO move. But if you just store and very irregularly you want to take your data out of there, or you want to access your data from there, go ahead, use an IO move. It's designed for that purpose at lower cost.
If it's just for storing that I'm not going to use very
because
often.
The IO move is cheaper than
Okay.
the exhaust.
Okay.
So so which means you don't want to waste money buying something so exceptional. Yeah. What about King? You got any question?
Yeah, like my question was basically the same as Nick as well. So it's mostly used as an archive system, TLDR. Like you don't want to transfer the files here and there because usually the read is a lot slower, right? Like just as someone said, can you play a game from there? You really don't want to do anything like from the system itself.
Okay, I'll give an example of we have a team of what we call editors, and the shows that we do, we have a lot of things that we record and keep. Like for instance, the one that we stream out is actually 1K, and the one that we actually save into a local drive is a 4K, so on and so forth. So those are actually a lot of data, right? And then we have got our designer who does their work, and a lot of his work, although it's not very high, not big sizes, but there's a lot of these files. Okay, so we do have a NAS in our office specifically for this team, and we use it to share the data or the files that we save into the system. I'll be honest with you, I'm using a consumer drive for that. Okay, why? Is because number one, we are using a call it cheap guys line. We're using an old storage server system, right, which is already designed to support anti-vibration. Number two is we don't use so many drive because the drive we put in is like the high cap models. So there's very little chances of vibration happening. This is not stacked against each other. So we do use consumer mixed with some old enterprise drive as the second thing. We save money, and it will work just as well without the rate. Okay, so most important is understand what you are using it for and why you are using what you are using. So in your case, iron, if you want to have a more redundant purpose, I think the iron wolf will work well for you, not necessarily the enterprise. I would not recommend you to use Barracuda on this drive. I recommend you at least an iron wolf. Okay.
Okay.
So any question?
So far, so good.
Are you sure? What did we talk about?
Anyway.
All right. Okay. So it's called no Tech Tash. I'm not gonna murder her. All right. So I'm gonna talk about the last thing here before I go into a full demo. Types of RAID. Okay, who wants to know about RAID?
I know raids like in World of Warcraft.
All right, so RAID stands for, I'm going to ignore her. Okay, so RAID, redundant array, independent disk. Basically, what it means is a bunch of these working as one drive. Okay, so that's pretty much why we want to have a RAID. Alright, not a necessity, but it will be great to have that, especially if you have got a lot of files. You don't want to look all over the place in a lot of different hard drives, from a cabinet to your drawer to your bag. Okay.
Boss, can we pause for a second? That Jaiwan said today is the day Tash become more Raid Shadow Legends.
All right, so the first one is RAID 0. RAID 0 is stripping. I will go very fast with this one. 2 or more hard drive, you're working as one single drive. So you have a 10 terabyte drive, you do a strip on it, or RAID 0 on this. You have 20 terabyte, less 10% for format losses. That is about 18 terabyte of usable storage space. Right? Bad side of having a RAID 0, if one of the drive fails, all fail. Alright, so there's no redundancy, there's nothing. It's the highest risk-taking rate you can work on. However, if you are looking into improving your IOPS performance, it will be great to run on a RAID 0 because it will double the IOPS performance because you have 2 bandwidth running onto the same.
I don't know
drive.
why, but the only thing I can think of is high risk, high reward. Like
Alright,
the risk
okay,
is,
so
let me finish.
So which means if you are looking at say a 6 Gbps IOPS performance on one drive, you strip it, you get chopped. Alright? Easy to say that?
Wait,
Easy to answer?
where did 12 come from?
Okay, you won't understand. I'm not going to tell you. Nick will probably understand better. I know. I get really confused when I was looking at this. I've never been very good at explaining this, but easy to say. You just put many hard disks into one single strip. You have many
Okay.
size.
In a simple way of stripping is actually we call it is by splitting 1 to 2.
Oh, you separate
Actually,
the...
it's 1 plus 1, It's not
It's split by 2.
So
That's mean
basically
the
like-
one drive it will actually split.
okay, you put it that way. Yes,
So
okay.
that's why it's called stripping. You
Yes,
divide
that
it into
is why it called the split.
1 dash,
Stripping.
scream 1x. 2 dash, scream 2x.
Aku lagi confused. Cak payahlah, continue je.
Alright, so stop. Guys, stop me if you want to. For the guys on the chat, please go ahead, stop me if you want to, because again, before we start this, we already know this is going to be very dry. We're trying to go through this. Normally, I take about half an hour to talk about RAID. Okay, so
Okay.
RAID 1 is mirror. Mirror is as simple. When Tash scream, I scream. When I kiss a girl,
No.
Tash must kiss a girl.
Haram. Bulan puasa Ramadan.
Okay, so mirror means what you do, I do.
Okay.
Okay. If I fail, Tash will take over. If Tash fail, I will take over. Easy
So
to understand?
RAID 1 is safer
Mirror.
lah.
It's
basically.
mirror.
So it's kind of like we talked about NAS before, right? And then like you always have like an extra disk inside where it's like a backup. Is that considered like a mirror?
No, that will be backup.
Oh, that's different.
Okay, for RAID, basically we don't consider as backup. It's
Ah.
just a redundancy.
Yeah.
You will still need a backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
Noted.
Okay, so in this case, this is called mirror.
Okay.
Okay, so mirror is really good because if you have a primary drive that fails, you know that you have another drive that is taken over as a primary drive and is still running whatever you're running. You don't really get a data losses. Okay, so mirror is really good. The only downside having a mirror is that you have a 50% performance degrading.
Performance means the speed, is it?
Yes, the IOPS performance. It actually do go down because whatever I do, she have to do.
Oh.
So you actually, one task run 2 ways, do 2 types. So total performance goes down.
2 dash is chaos already.
Yeah. All right. So that's a downside of mirror, but the good thing about mirror is that it's really good for places like you want to do a mirror on your operating system disk, your OS disk. Alright, if your OS fail, or sorry, if the OS disk fail, you know the OS is still going to continue to run, or a byte that you have to rebuild it all. Alright, so that's really good. Alright, and between RAID 0 and 1, you can do RAID 0 plus 1. So you can do a strict plus mirror.
You can do that?
Yes, you
So
can do that.
there will be
2 hard drive as one single site on RAID 1. That means
That
you
one
need
is
4 hard
called
drive.
what, Ray?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, so King, you okay with that, King?
Yes.
You
I'm
understand
okay
that
with
part? Okay, beautiful. Let's
King
go.
is understanding more than me. Him quiet, he
Okay.
understands. Me
Okay, let's go to
quiet,
the
I
third
don't
one,
get
RAID
it.
5. So RAID 5 is the most common
Where's
RAID.
2, 3, and 4?
There's no 2, 3, and 4. Okay,
You
so
skip.
RAID 5 is about, no, it's much simpler, okay?
Okay.
It's a single parity redundancy. Okay, just remember this is, when we talk about RAID, is that we put many drive together, and then we want all these many drive to function as one single drive.
Okay.
So that's what RAID is all about. Okay, and in a RAID 5 scenario, we have one hard disk parity. So what is parity means? It means that if you have, I'm going to go more human than technical talk here, okay?
Okay.
Right? So it simply means it is high redundancy. It allows you to have one hard disk drive, and the storage or the RAID itself still continues to work. You got no problem. You will still run. Okay? When you have 2 hard disks that fail simultaneously, the whole array or the RAID will fail, all your data will be lost. Comprende? Nick?
Yep.
Okay?
I see Xiao Jerry was like, oh yes, RAID 5, I trauma from the rebuilding.
I can talk to you about rebuilding afterwards, but yes, it is very traumatic experience depending on where you are, you know. But I'm not here to talk about that experience, you know. I can tell you, I have gone like 2 weeks waiting for a rebuild to work.
Yep.
But that is like about, I don't know how many terabytes of data, right? So it is not a NAS issue. This is pretty much a hardware configuration issue. All right. So so let's not get into that. It's a different thing. So RAID 5, one single hard disk redundancy. All right. One fail, RAID still runs. 2 fail together same time. Array will fail. Data goes missing. All gone. Okay. Good part. That's redundancy. Bad part. Bad part is that you have to pay extra for one hard drive. So it costs more money. So the next one is actually a RAID 6. RAID 6 is exactly the same as RAID 5 except it's double parity. So what it means is that you need at least 4 hard drive. 2 hard drive will be used by parity. 1 drive dies, okay. 2 drive dies, okay. The third drive that dies simultaneously, okay, then the array will fail and all your data lost.
Okay, so we have a question in the comments by Ezul. What kind of workload is suitable for having this RAID system?
What
which
kind
is
of
the
workload?
RAID 5.
Well, I mean, again, it's not about workload. It's more about redundancy. Alright, so like for instance, you have a lot of files. Let's say you have a lot of files, and cumulative that file goes up to say, I don't know, maybe like 10 terabyte. And let's assume you're using a 2 terabyte drive. Alright, so you set it as a RAID 5. Alright, so RAID 5 with 2 terabyte gives you 3 times 2, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4. So you get about 3.6 terabyte of data storage space. So assuming you got about say 3 terabyte of loose file, a lot of files like say, I don't know, maybe 1 meg, 5 meg, 10 meg.
That's a lot of Boku no Pico episodes.
Just say you have that kind of situation. A normal hard drive can't help you manage it. You need a bigger single store space to say, okay, I have so many files, I can arrange and manage my files. Alright? But because you have so much files, and you are using different hard drive putting it together, you want to make sure if one drive fails, your data don't go lost because the storage failed. So in the case of you having a single drive, if that hard disk fail, which can fail because it's Murphy law. It's again, it is mechanical. If it fails, it fails. There's no argument over there. What happened to your data? You got no place to fall back. That's why redundancy is important. Okay, it's like, why do you have a redundant power supply? If one power supply fails, another power supply still works. Right, and nothing fails. So on and so forth. There's a lot of reason for things like that. So in this case, workload is not the real question on this.
Okay.
Right? Redundancy is when we start talking about storage. Right? Because if we start talking about real workload, it's going to be I do not think as a consumer you actually go to that level. Not even as a professional user.
No. Probably if you have very important files, then you get to this
CIA.
point.
Yeah. Normally it's very important file. I start talking about backup.
Yeah.
Backup
Okay,
is not
so
storage.
Sui Bian Lo is asking, got triple parity redundancy?
No. Not that I know.
Priority. Actually, it does have, but that one is not usable on like consumer type.
Yeah.
That's why
So
That
it's
one
for-
is go for enterprise. We
Oh,
call it as an
enterprise.
enterprise system.
okay.
I didn't know you got triple parity.
ZFS,
Oh, okay. Zero file system. Okay, that's different.
zettabyte file system.
That's a different type of break together, So I'm not going to talk about it here, but that's not applying to this one.
Yes.
Okay. Again, just for information, ZFS is an operating system kind of file system. Alright,
It's
so
on the enterprise.
yeah.
It's
So
for the FBI.
and it's very, very high performance. It's a software. All right. So okay. So with this, what is the challenge of having a RAID? So it's of having increasing a single disk capacity with redundancy, and also improving IOPS performance. Actually, managing the IOPS performance is more like it. Okay.
Okay, so someone's asking, just wondering, can SSD do RAID also?
Yes, you can.
Okay, and by Momo C3, ZFS versus RAID.
Okay.
I
And
don't
what
know.
about it?
That's question.
All right. Okay. So.
ZFS versus RAID
Yeah.
is a different thing.
Well, I mean,
ZFS
it's-
is a operating system.
Okay.
Yeah. So as a personal preference, I always like ZFS.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But I rarely use it.
Okay.
Right. And I do have friends and people I know who is very pro into it. In fact, they virtually buy house and car doing ZFS for people.
Buy house and car with
Yes,
ZFS?
because the service of managing ZFS is pretty high.
Oh,
So that's why, unless you are very well technically inclined, you rarely touch ZFS. I think it's based on Debian, isn't it? Debian, right?
Debian.
So it's actually out of subject over here because we are talking about basic redundancy and NAS. So
Alright.
we will try not go to that kind of level.
okay, guys, stop asking so hard questions that my brain cannot comprehend. Stop it, everyone.
All right. Okay. So are we any questions here? I'm open for questions because I just came to the end of my slides. Any questions?
So
Anything.
for let's say I'm not to that point yet lah. So is it better for me, let's say if I have files that I want to keep, like let's say photos or videos, that kind of thing, is it better for me to have something like this, a RAID, or is it better for me to have multiple hard drives at different places?
Well, again, this is actually a dilemma question, because the size of hard drive today is pretty big.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. So mostly you don't really need to do the RAID. I normally tell people you probably do a backup, maybe like a RAID one. That probably a better approach. Alright. Of course, it costs you more because RAID one means it's mirror, means it's also double the cost.
Yeah, you have
Right.
2 hard drives and all that.
But again, they are again, redundancy is a form of integrity management. So which means one single hard drive fails, you lose all your data.
Yep.
If you have say a RAID 5, you can actually sustain one hard drive failure and make sure your data is still intact, and you rebuild your RAID. Yeah, so the question is not so much about the size anymore, it's about redundancy.
Okay.
All right, that's why you use a NAS with a RAID functionality. Again, saying NAS with a RAID functionality does not mean is an exception only to an external box. If you have, say, a PC, you can also set up a RAID inside your own PC, which means you can put in 4 hard drive and create a RAID file out of it if you want to.
Yeah,
or RAID
that's what I'm doing, like OpenNAS
Yeah, so
on my PC.
yeah, OpenNAS is one of those nice free features you can get online to work on it. You can also use Open Media Wall and so on and so forth. But again, it is so very limited. It is an open source. You know, in a way, you don't really have a very good user experience unless you yourself are very technically inclined.
Yeah.
All right. So products like NAS are more, product like QNAP are more well designed for user experience. Everything is integrated. It's it's easy to manage. You can see a lot of things. You can do a lot of things with it, and it's all there already for you.
Oh, if speaking of that, is there a GUI for it?
Yes, you do have a GUI. In fact,
Oh, okay. Yeah, because OpenNAS is very like you have to type everything yourself.
Very CLI. Yes, I know. All right, and like I say, you have to be very technical before you can use it. The assumption for OpenNAS or OMV is that you are self-responsible for your own storage configuration and your own data.
Yep.
All right, so they hold no responsibility over what will happen. All right, and but it works. It works.
Yep.
All right.
But this one is more user friendly lah.
Yes, this is more like a consolidated. QNAP is more consolidated design, more as a totality of product and validation. Like for instance, they validate Seagate hard drive. Right? That will work perfectly without you trying to understand what I just tried to say to you in the last half an hour.
Yeah. Because Seagate does have like their own software to check like, oh, is my hard drive working? Integrity, is it fine? That kind of thing.
All right. Anything from King?
No.
Okay, so there is a question from Xiao Jerry. Can we mix SSD and HDD using RAID under the one same NAS?
Yes, you can, but you have 100% data, sure you will fail.
Huh? How come?
You don't mix SSD, you do not mix hard drive into one single array.
All right, there you go. That's your answer. You want to wreck your NAS?
You know, Jerry. I know you sell drive and SSD. Alright, that is a bloody trick question. I can tell you are trying to trick me. No, it's not working.
Yeah!
It's not working. Tash probably get caught with it. Not me.
Alright, so let's move on to the next topic.
Alright, yes. Okay, so next thing what we'll do is we're going to do a simple actual demonstration here. We're going to take what's the size, Arjun?
50 GB.
Okay, we're going to take 50 GB and then we're going to transfer the data, move the data from the host to a NAS running at 2.5 Gbps network, and then we are going to do the same, transferring data to a NAS running on a 1 Gbps. So you can actually see in live how fast or how good the performance is in terms of data transfer. All right, so we're going to do, this is 2.5 now, is it?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to do the one with the 2.5. So basically, this is running at 2.5. This is running at a 1.0. All right. So can we have the screen?
I think I accidentally kicked the wire. Sorry guys, that's my fault.
Okay, we have to wait a little bit on this one.
Okay, so I have some questions here. Actually, I don't have any questions because I don't really understand what's happening.
What is that?
So like, for me, as a person who just plays games and just edits videos for a living and writes articles, is it recommended that I get an NAS?
Do you need to store your data?
Yes, my
Do
videos.
you have a lot of data?
Well, I save my streams to edit.
Okay. Will your hard disk fill?
Fail?
Will your hard disk fill, or your your local hard disk or your local SSD, will it fill?
It's broken
Someday.
down.
Can it fill?
Can?
Okay, so you need a NAS
Oh.
if you have a lot of data.
So can I have this one?
You gotta ask Alvin.
Alvin, can I have one?
Alvin says you're gonna ask the lucky draw winner.
Okay.
You try to ask the lucky draw winner later.
Okay, so Momok3 asking, may I ask what hardware you use for 2.5 GBE LAN?
You're actually looking at it on the table. Alright, the one just below the NAS box, or the QNAP NAS box, is actually the QNAP 2.5G switch.
Okay,
You're
got
actually
it.
looking at that. So what we actually do is we use a 2.5G network card on the PC, connect it to a 2.5G switch, and then subsequently to the NAS unit, which has a 2.5G. What do you call the word? 2.5G port.
All right.
Right.
So,
Shall we-
boss, I have heard his whispers in my mind that he has to pee. So we'll be right back so that boss can do his old man stuff. See you later.
All right, we'll come back and we'll do the demo. Yeah. All right.
Hi, I'm King Angel. Your cosplaying, maid cafe running, freelance modeling, live streaming, high heel wearing, weird singing, bad dancing, unicorn loving, sashimi eating, loud talking, no chilling host of Angel and Friends. Cosplaying with great friends has taught me a lot of things, and we're here to share our stories with you. Join me on Angel and Friends every Friday at 8 p.m. only here on serverDNA TV.
Everyone gets to make choices. He wants to get ahead of others, while they keep themselves busy. And she prefers keeping it private. Whatever your needs may be, there isn't one that does it all, does it? Introducing a range of new routers and Wi-Fi mesh. Whether it's speed or coverage, there is a device for everyone. This is broadband done right. Get better choices with Time Fiber Home Broadband.
Welcome back to yet another show.
Hello everyone, we are back on No Tech Tash. You thought you saw FLAVA's face there, but it wasn't. He's ugly, so don't listen to FLAVA and watch this show where we give you free online classes for free. So now we're back in Liverpool with our boss Ruski from Russia, Mother Russia.
CKO, Chief Fully Officer.
Alright, so now we're gonna introduce our product for today, which is the QNAP. I've heard of this many times, but I never really. I think like after you've explained to me twice already what a QNAP is, and I still don't get it. All right, so let's get into it.
Okay, so Alvin, can you tell us about QNAP NAS product?
Yup. Okay, so basically, the one that in showing is a model is called TS-473A. Basically, this is a new model that launched by QNAP just early of this month. That means early of April.
That's hella new.
This is a new model.
And how much is it?
This model is roughly about 5 to 6K.
I have no money. Do you have money?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
The advantage of this model is basically is running on the AMD Ryzen V1005 processor. That is an embedded processor. And it comes with two 2.5G network port.
Oh.
So basically you will have some people that know about network, they can do the NIC teaming, so you can have a 5 gig of connection.
Wow. So
And this NAS basically, beside the 2.5 gig port, we actually have 2 PCIe slot that you also can upgrade to 10G network.
that's hella fast, man. Okay, so Momok3 also asked, what QNAP model is suitable for an environment for 30 to 50 people doing multimedia work, heavy loads on graphics and 3D?
Okay, that one will propose like a SMB high-end model. We have certain model that have a Thunderbolt connection.
Ah, I see. So that's the
it
one.
will be suitable for those multimedia.
Is that expensive?
That one slightly expensive. It will be about roughly around 10K above lah.
Oh, dang!
But I think the most important thing is a storage unit. So it is not meant to be talking about running the data on the storage unit itself, not on the NAS unit. Alright, so basically it's a place where you actually look for the files that you can share across the entire network, whether it's 30 or 50 people or even 100 people. So here's the key assumption is that when you have a lot of people using it, does not mean everyone is using it simultaneously. So does not really mean having 30 to 50 people is going to be extremely high load.
Okay. So that means that would be the recommendation for that. I mean, to be fair, if you pay 10K for about 50 to 100 people, that's not so bad if you roughly think about it. Like when you break it down in cost per person, right?
It actually depends on the usage.
Yeah.
You can say if it just like normal sharing of a file, then it can go for like those SMB entry model.
Yeah, but this
or
person
like for this one
it has to be.
TS-473, it should be also actually is enough. It depends on
Yeah, yes, I said
what
that before.
they want to use,
Yeah,
actually.
it all comes down to preference, lah. Like, I mean, as you said earlier as well, like because this person he wants to do multimedia and 3D, those are
Yes.
huge. Goddamn, those are huge files. So you kind of have to
Yes.
like invest in something a little bit more. And clearly, when you invest in something a little bit more, it depends on the nature of your work. Also, multimedia and
Yes.
3D is like one of like how you're paid by clients. So definitely you want to invest more in your equipment as
Yes.
well. So that's also a thing that we need to talk about. So before we continue, I just want to say that I have just finished a whole can of Red Bull, the silver one, the really tall one. So I'm speaking like 10 million miles per hour. Also, I'm shaking, guys. Woo!
What are you saying? You are rate zero stripping.
Oh heck yes! There's like 3 tashes. Okay, so if you guys have any other questions, feel free to ask. So like for a person like me, right, who I just edit videos and all that kind of stuff, like I asked boss earlier, you just recommend me the low end one, right? I don't need anything too high end. That would be around 1K something only, right?
Yes.
But for 1K something only, how much storage am I okay to put in there?
Like for this one,
Yeah.
actually you can put in each bay 16 tera.
Mm-hmm.
You will have about 56 tera.
Oh my god,
Without RAID, once you configure RAID 5, you will have about
He's like mathematicking.
40 tera.
Whoa! I have so much space for my Boku no Pico.
You will
Yes.
have about 40 tera to use.
Yes. So look at the chat. Chat's asking, Tash, no RV protections here. Yes, I have no RV protection. Whenever I shake, I just shake. I'll probably just collapse to the ground. I'll just probably get a heart attack later. So go me! Also, the next one, we have Tash, are you high on Red Bull? Yes, I am. I think, I feel like I'm just getting faster and faster. I'm so sorry. Okay, is Tash okay today? I'm afraid she forget his berbuka. What? I've already eaten. No wonder she like error for
Food coma, food coma.
I don't think it's food coma. I think it's Red Bull coma. No. It's funny because I took the Red Bull to combat the food coma, and now my brain just lags. F's in
They
the
cancel
chat.
each other out.
Yeah, I know. F's in the chat, everyone. Okay, so let's talk more about the products from QNAP today. What's the first one that you've talked about? Let's talk about the other stuff. Let's move on, yeah? Shall we? Mary? Friends? Yeah, they're going. Should I do a French accent or a British accent?
It's up to you.
Oh, look at for chat. Tash is now overclock mode, Leah. Let's just continue.
Okay, the product that next will be, we call it this one as a QGD series. Basically, this QGD series is something special.
Why is it? I mean, to be fair, it does look special because it reminds me of a DVD player back in the 2000s.
Okay, but this one is not a DVD player.
Yeah.
This one is actually, we can consider as a 2-in-1.
2-in-1?
Yes. It can act as a PoE switch.
What's a PoE switch? All I know is PoE.
PoE switch is actually mean for power over Ethernet.
That's actually so funny. I thought it was part of Excel.
No. Okay, PoE is we mean for power over Ethernet.
That means, what does power over Ethernet
Power
mean?
over Ethernet most probably will be used by CCTV.
Oh, so it's powered by the Ethernet itself.
Yes.
I didn't even know power could run through the Ethernet.
Yes. Yes, it can.
Wow, okay. It's kind of like the
if
Thunderbolt, right?
Yeah, if you have an IP camera at home, with this switch, it's basically you no need to pull a power cable purposely for the
so
camera.
only
You
one-
can just use the Ethernet cable.
Yeah, it's just one cable only. You don't need to
Yes.
like have 2-3 different cables.
Yes.
That's actually really nice.
Yes.
So one of the key features of this switch is that you can actually do an uplink.
Uplink?
To another switch. So you have got 2 switches. Yeah. So you want that 2 switches to work together.
Right.
Right. So you can actually have an uplink, and
Oh,
it's
you can connect it to each other.
yes, and it's actually running on a 10G fiber.
Oh wow, that's really
So
fast.
that's really fast, and the single port itself, the RJ45 port, you can actually run it at a 2.5 Gbps,
Oh.
2.5 gig.
Damn,
So in
that's
this
really
case,
fast.
what we're doing is we are actually connecting 2.5G.
Oh wait, I think I've seen these before. Usually people stack them up really tall in the server rooms, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay. There we go. I figured it out.
So
like,
basically, this is a 16 port.
uh-huh.
So basically, it have a 4 port
Yeah.
in front that it can go up to 90 watt for each port.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So basically, the whole system itself is
Yeah.
actually it can go up to about roughly around 380 watt.
So that's why it has to be put in a very cold room as well because there's a lot of power, right?
No need.
Then
This
okay.
is just in a normal temperature.
Oh, you
room
don't have
as
to
well.
put. So the ones that I see in a really cold room is a different one, lah.
That one is depends.
Ah.
Because normally it's like switch. They will put in the server room is because to connect all the server.
Ah, okay, got it. So this one, like, okay, so like I've seen people have like more than one, obviously, right? So how much is
Yes.
one of these?
Okay, because this one is roughly the pricing is around 9K. The reason why it's 9K is because this is also can act as a server itself.
Oh,
Because
okay.
that is why I say it's a 2-in-1 solution. Because this unit itself inside it have a processor that is running on the Intel Atom
Oh, damn,
8-core processor.
8 core?
Yes.
Oof, okay.
With 16 gig
Phew, okay.
RAM. And it have 2 slot of 2.5-inch SSD slot for you to put SSD. So it can run
Damn.
as a server. Then you also can connect to an expansion unit.
What's an expansion unit?
Expansion unit is like you can connect to something similar to the NAS,
Uh-huh.
but that is just a so-called expansion enclosure.
Ah, okay, got it.
It's without the processor lah, so it will be
It's just more space then.
depend back to the main server.
Okay, got it. Okay, so after that, we're gonna move on to our next product of the night.
All right. Okay. So, any questions?
Too much watching Linus Tech Tips. Wow. Listen, there's a reason why I stopped watching Linus. I see numbers and my brain goes. I cannot. I had to give up. He funny,
Okay.
but brain not. 404 not found. Okay, so moving on. This is the QNAP TS328. Which is it the one here or is it different?
Yes, this is the one.
This is the 1.5K one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the considered basic.
Yup. This is basically the so-called as a unique model.
Okay,
Down to this one is 3 bay.
3 bay.
So
okay.
it can run on RAID 5.
RAID 5 is
Because
the
RAID 5
one.
you need 3 hard disks.
I'm trying to remember. There was just so many. So RAID 5 is the one that is redundant. So it's like one copy the other, right?
Yes.
So that's technically 2 copies in the back. So why did we need copies again? They're not backups. So
They are redundancy. We so-called as redundancy is meaning that if let's say, because for RAID 5 you can have 1 hard disk down, 1 parity. So meaning that if 1 hard disk
fails, you have to
fail,
back.
it will be still running.
Ah.
You will be still can running.
So you have 2 chances.
You just need to change the hard disk.
I see.
You just need to swap the 40 hard disk, replace it with a newer drive, then it will rebuild.
Ah, so you don't have
After
to worry
rebuild,
about it.
your system can be run
It
as
does it
normal.
automatically rebuild or?
Yes.
Oh, so just have to do just slot in the new one.
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. So basically, if I'm stupid AF, which I am, and it fails, all I gotta do is just like take it out, change new one, and then I'm good already.
Yes.
Okay.
There is some model lah, but some model is you will need to shut down.
Yeah.
Then after replace the model.
So when I replace, right, I don't take out the other 2. I just have to buy a new one and put it in.
You
so,
just take out the one that 40.
the one that's faulty. Okay,
Yeah.
so I still have to spend money lah if it
Yes.
dies. Okay, so I was thinking, I don't know why, but my pea brain was like, there's 3, right? You take out the other one and you put it in. And I'm just like,
You do can.
oh, can also.
Can also.
Ah, okay. So if say like,
But that one is normally it depends on how your usage are.
Ah, okay. I think better to be safe, don't touch it and just get a new one and just put it in, right?
Yes.
Okay, so for those at home who are stupid like me, don't do that. Just buy a new one and just replace it. Okay, so other than that, like what makes this one very user-friendly for like people like me?
Because of the graphic user interface.
Very simple to use?
Yes.
Okay.
Later on, we will show on some of the demo that we will talk about the features that QNAP offer. The major one we will be talking about is the snapshot.
Ah, okay.
Okay, snapshot is basically this is important features currently, as is actually as just now you can see in the video that we are promoting.
Ah,
So basically,
okay.
this will be actually to mitigate ransomware,
Okay.
as because now ransomware is going wildly in worldwide.
You know what's really funny? I have never gotten any viruses on my computer ever, except for that one
That's right.
time when I downloaded Game of Thrones, and I never downloaded anything ever again. See, P-Brain has high survival, high self-preservation. P-Brain knows we have no money for antivirus. P-Brain say, "Ip, don't touch thing we don't know."
Don't touch the fire.
Actually, it
touch
doesn't
it.
work like that, As long as you go online, you have a very high risk of getting infected. So P-Brain is not really working too well.
Hello, Ip, together very strong. It's okay, P-Brain. I understand. you
Ignorance
guys.
is bliss.
All right, okay. So have we talked about the third product?
We're moving on to the fourth.
Yeah.
The fourth one. All right,
Yeah.
okay, fantastic. Let's go through that. And
That one is really pretty. I like this one. I mean, in terms of how it looks, aka aesthetics-wise, but I don't know what it does.
Okay, the next one is we call it as a TS-431P3.
Yeah.
This one is also we so called as a home model.
This one
So
has
basically
4.
this is 4 bay. Yep.
Is it rate 5 also?
This one can did rate 5 or rate 6.
I forgot which one is rate 6.
Okay, rate 6 is basically in minimum need 4 drive. It can have 2 hard disks down at the same time.
Oh, so one redundant, one copies the other, one copies the other, right?
No,
No.
it's all redundant. It's just that it can have 2 hard disks to fail at the same time.
Oh, okay. Okay, understood. See, boss, when he explained to me, my brain go, yes! When you explain to me, I'm like, huh?
what are you saying?
All I can say is, Elvin, you better than boss.
Do the hard
that,
drives have to be
I
the
mean,
same
I'm not going to
size?
give her any one of your drives to her.
Okay, so you had a question?
Do the hard drives have to be the same size, or can you, like, if the one breaks, it's like 1 gig, and you change it with the 3
okay.
gig like this?
For NAS, normally
Terabyte, sorry.
it will be suggested is all the same size.
Okay.
Because if you are using different size,
Yeah.
actually is we will cap to the lowest
To the lowest one,
capacity.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
say like you put 10, 10, 16, 16.
You waste
Your
the
both
16.
16 terabyte capacity, it will be kept it to 10 terabyte until you expand it to
All 16.
both also 16.
Okay, but can you change on the fly? Or
Yes. For
Okay.
QNAP, we are able to do that.
So you don't have to reformat the whole thing just so that
No
you
need.
have the extra space.
Yes, we have the RAID capacity online expansion or RAID capacity
Okay.
expansion.
Okay, so anyways, guys, I have to go and run because I'm going crazy. We're gonna go see some ads, and when we're back, hopefully, I would have already calmed down. So see you guys later.
Of serverDNA Live with FLAVA with yours truly, Muhammad Farid. Guys, and call me FLAVA, and I'll be MC and the host.
Less green? Oh, I'm so sorry. You're like blending in with the background.
Every day, just have a good time, clap. Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Oh,
I sound like a retard guy trying to figure out voices. Baca komen sambil memandu accident.
Yes, accident.
So salahnya salah diet ke ataupun salah
Divider
di
tu.
Anatagas?
Anatagas, goodness.
Thank you. Join me on serverDNA Live with FLAVA every Wednesday at 8 p.m. right here at serverDNA TV.
Join me on No Tech Tash every Monday, 8 p.m. on serverDNA TV. Be there or be square.
You're ready to get in the game now. The last thing you want is to wait. WD Black, performance storage, purpose-built for gaming. SSD speed that obliterates load times. Performance to transform your game. Expanded capacity to store more. Customizable RGB. WD Black. Because the game never waits. WD Black. Drive your game.
Howdy, challengers. Now this town needs a cleanse. Here's a mission for you. You are required to experience the horror and defeat the darkness. Join me every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Indiana Bones and the Curse of the HorrorBox, only at serverDNA TV. Oh yeah.
Welcome back, guys, to No Tech Tash, and today we have we are gonna go to our live demo. Yeah, boss.
Yes.
Am I allowed to touch things?
No.
Because
You can
Siva's not.
scream at it though.
So like Siva, as you guys don't know, the meme is Siva. Every time I touch things, I break it. Siva has to pay for it. So this is a 1.5K QNAP. This is a 2.5K.
About that.
And then how much is this black one?
This one is about 6K.
This is 6K. So whenever I touch things, it breaks. Boss, I'm touching it right now. Are you ready to be the next Siva? Go work construction site, pay Alvin back?
No.
I thought you chief coolie, oh?
Yes, chief coolie and ask coolie to work.
Exactly. So you have to do it for me, no?
So that means to say, if it goes down, you work.
Oh, no. I said my coolie, lo.
Who?
You, oh?
I'm the chief, you're the coolie, what?
What? I thought
All right, okay, so we are going to do some data transfer performance over the network to which one we're going to transfer to, Alvin?
The TS471-3A to the PC. From the PC
From the
to
PC.
the...
So is it
To
this
the
one?
black
This
one,
black
yes.
one? Okay.
All right, and it's going to be transferred at 2.5 gig per second. Okay, let's look at the screen first, yeah?
Wait, hold up. So Sai
All
Hussein,
right,
are you
so-
doing
so
giveaway? Yes, we
Nick,
are.
Nick, I need you to tell me, can you see the screen?
Yes, can.
All right, fantastic. If you notice the screen there is 4 drive there.
Yeah.
All right, and each drive is actually 10
Good.
terabyte. All right, so now, so how do you get 27 terabyte when there are 4 hard drive? Each one of them is actually a 10 terabyte drive.
Are you asking me?
Yes, you're the tech person, what?
I don't know mathematics.
All right, so basically what happened is we have 4 drive 10 terabyte, and we set this one up as a RAID 5. So in RAID 5, one of the hard drive is being utilized as a parity, so which means you got 3 drive usable. Okay, and then what we do is we take 10% and then deduct 10% of the available usage, storage usage for formatting. Actually, it's format loss, you know. So basically, you end up with 27 terabyte of usable space. Okay, so that's how RAID 5 works.
Boss, all I want to say is this mathematics is not making sense.
All right, 4 times
Never
10.
mind. Don't explain it to me. Just continue.
All right, let's do it again. 4 times 10 terabyte minus 1 parity means there are 30 terabytes left. 30
What's
terabytes.
Parity is how much? What is
One
this?
drive. One parity is 1 drive. So which means you have got 30 terabyte usable. You take 10% for format losses. You get about 27 terabyte of data storage space. All right. Okay, now mind her. She's probably in UK Ulu Klang at the moment lah. You know? All right, or probably next thing she say she's in LA or Lebampang. Okay, so you have 27 terabyte, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a single 50 gig file to transfer from the host to the NAS box itself. All right, so let's do it. It's really difficult maneuvering, you know, with the inverted screen. All right. Get out that way.
Boss, I'm sorry I broke the chair.
Huh? See? All right. So, can you see how much data? What's the data transfer rate there? There's about should be about 260 meg per second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one single zip file, 50 gig, running at a 2.5G network. You have got about 260 meg of per second actually, data transfer from one point to the other point. So this. If you also notice the data transfer rate is pretty consistent. That's because it's actually one single file.
So there's no this buffer problem with transferring?
Not at all, because you're running on a freeway of 2.5G.
Okay.
Right, so technically you get about 260, 280 each kind of data transfer rate. So this is over the network. So imagine like if you have got a huge file, say you're running on an AE file that's pretty big, it goes on to I don't know, maybe 10 gig. All right, and then you realize that the time that you save on transferring your data files for other people to share use can be really fast and efficient.
Boss, can I say something?
Yes, you can.
Jun, why you have a lot of Boku no Pico episodes? Why you copy so many Boku no Pico episodes? Why you doing this? Hiya!
Well, actually, the files is actually all the zip, no Tech Tash.
Oh no, it's Boku no Pico episodes.
No,
I saw it.
No,
It's a
no,
live
no,
show.
Boss, you know what Boku no Pico is?
no, 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 only no.
You should watch it.
I don't want.
It's a really
God.
good show.
I don't want.
It's so good.
I don't want.
Why?
My daughter will kacau me.
You should watch with your daughter.
I don't want. I want to watch more action movies.
Hey Alvin, Boku no Pico is action. Got fight one.
It's cartoon.
No, it's real life.
Okay, how long more is there? It's inverted, so I can't read the screen. 30 seconds more to go.
Yo Alvin,
So
you know what
50
Boku
gig,
no
one
Pico
single
is?
file, 30
No,
seconds. So this is how many minutes it took us?
Less than 10 minutes.
Less than 3 minutes. All right. Okay. So that's less than 3 minutes. Now, what I will do now is that I will ask June to do same thing, but we're going to transfer the data into an SSD RAID box. All right, but with a 1 gig data transfer rate. Okay,
1
network
gig,
transfer
okay.
rate. All right.
Okay.
Say and let's see how they perform in this way. So what we can see here is that when we throw a data into say a NAS box, and if the NAS box is running on an SSD and the NAS box is running on a hard drive, what are the key difference? So right, you transferring now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are just transferring it now, but running on a 1 gig. What is 112? So it's actually effectively about, I don't know, about less than half of 2.5 Gbps, amount of data. So
Yeah.
what does that tell you? That tells you the drive IOPS is not the key to the data transfer on a NAS.
Oh, so it's based on the network cable,
Yes.
is it?
Yep. So what we did was the first round we did it was running
It's
on
a
a hard
2.5.
drive,
Yeah.
and the second round we are doing it on an SSD.
SSD.
So the white box here is actually configured RAID 5 with an SSD. So what we assume is that if you're going to do a lot of data transfer inside the SSD will be faster. In this case, it is not.
Okay.
Right? So we are very subject to the network itself.
Yeah.
When we actually do a data transfer from point A to a NAS.
The bottleneck is the network now,
Exactly.
not the hard drive speed. Okay.
Exactly.
Yes.
So in this case, to answer, I think Momo, you question just now, we asked this, Momo, you have got a lot of people using.
Yes.
And so that's the answer to you. It's more important for you to focus on your network than the storage box itself, because you're not going to have like everybody using it, but
At the same
if you
time.
have a lot of people using it, the bottleneck will probably be on the network and not on the NAS box.
Right.
In a simple way, it's basically the bigger the network, let's say like you go for 2.5G or 10G, it's something like a highway. You have a bigger highway to move. So your data definitely will be faster. Let's say like for this 7TS-73A, if I put in a 10G network card, my transfer rate I can go up to about 1000 plus MB per second.
It's like this lah. You go to Sunway Lagoon, right? And then suddenly got so many people there and you cannot use your phone. Phone line jam. Why? Because got 10,000 people using the phone line jam. So, if you know your company got 100 people, must get bigger highway, bigger network. So 100 people can go at the same time. There we go. Ape together strong. I dumbed it down for you. You're welcome.
Does this actually use LAN cable only, or can you use Wi-Fi or anything like that?
Well, you can use a Wi-Fi.
But it'll
Again,
be slow lah.
one of the last demonstration that we will do is that we're going to connect DDNS, remotely into the NAS box to take and transfer data.
Oh, okay.
So you are correct. Yes, we can do that, and you are correct. Yes, it's going to be slower because the bottleneck is still on the network connections.
Network speed lah.
Yeah, but
So
in that case, we are trying to retrieve file or store in file remotely. So we don't really need a very high, very fast bandwidth connection.
yeah.
Because it's
So
only you using it.
so you use the user interface. You can use it from anywhere in the world, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
With the right configuration, of course.
Can I use it from Mars?
Yes, you can. If you can connect from Mars to Malaysia.
But so you have a security protocol with it.
Yes, there is a username and password.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, is it all transport? Can we cancel this?
You know,
Because
I
think
feel
they-
the same way. Every time I copy all my anime from my PC to my hard disk, I stare at it too. It's my favorite hobby, guys. Just stare at nothing until
What's
time passes. Said Hussein's asking,
You
is
can
this
cancel it.
Wi-Fi?
You don't need that.
No, this is connected via Ethernet, correct? Yes, this is not Wi-Fi.
Alright.
Basically, it can connect to Wi-Fi, but normally we will not suggest it.
Dude, everyone knows Wi-Fi sucks. If you play video games via Wi-Fi, I feel sorry for you. Unless you're a mobile gamer. You're actually right. This is a weird question.
I don't play games.
Doesn't matter, you're old. But the question is, how do I connect my phone with an Ethernet cable? Is that possible?
Yes, you can.
USB,
Goto!
Yes.
the dongle.
Does that make streaming on my phone better?
It means you can download more programs into the phone in shorter periods of time.
Oh my god, all those animes, not Boku no Pico, everyone. Don't do it. Don't do it.
All right. So, any question from the text, the chat boxes?
No question, but it's okay. Ape together strong, everyone. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I see some. What is that?
He just say, oh.
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 Oh. Does Tash only watch Boku no Pico? Absolutely not. You also watch other things like Madoka Magica.
Are we done with the product discussion?
Why are you whispering in front of me, guys?
Yes. All right. So
They're
we go to the next
whispering in front of me, guys. You know, in Ramadan, right, your dosa is like 27 times more, you know. And
What?
when you backbite in front of me, right, I get 27 times more pahala. I go to Shurga. You go to Boku no Pico land.
Hashtag I love Tash 10,000.
Okay, but in all seriousness though, I feel like NAS is something that's spoken up a lot now. Like, I thought it was something that I only see here in serverDNA. But as a normal, I think you can tell I'm more on the consumer side, average user, right? I've been seeing more and more people starting to move toward the basic stuff, you know, like creators and all that. So like, is it hard to set up?
No, it's not. Okay,
It's
so
very easy to set up.
we got 3 more demos we'd like to go through.
Okay.
So
I'm just waiting for y'all lah. I thought we still downloading.
I was waiting for you to finish your Poco ni.
Okay, let's go.
Signal
All right,
error,
so
signal error.
the three other demos we would like to go through quickly is number 1 is we want to do what was that you want to test is the snapshot.
Yeah, snapshot.
Okay, why snapshot is because in the event that your data has been hacked, alright, or there's a ransomware.
Hacked by the Boku no Pico.
So
everyone.
you want your previously backup data to be used, alright. The second one which comes together with this is that what we want to do is to demonstrate that you can actually sync your devices like your notebook folder to your NAS box using QNAP. We can sync it.
All of them.
So whatever you do on your notebook is actually synced into your NAS box, even if you are remotely connected.
Hey, that's actually so nice. Like if say I'm working at home, like this is my office, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm editing a video on my PC, then I want to write an article on my laptop, and then I want to go edit a video, a picture on my iPad lah per se.
Yeah.
Everything will be synced together through one thing.
Yes.
That means I don't have to just data transfer.
Well, normally you don't
Everything's just
sync
there.
the whole drive, you sync the folder.
So all the folders will already be in there. So
Yeah.
like from Windows to say iOS, Mac and all, it will be.
Basically, this is what I'm doing actually.
And that's what he's gonna
Most
do.
of my practice or what I actually is uploaded to my NAS.
Oh wow!
And I actually can just directly browse through my mobile.
That's actually so nice because I feel like my biggest issue is, right, sometimes like I edit a video on my PC, but I have to upload to Instagram through my phone, right? And you know when you want to transfer things from iPhone to PC, it's like a pain in the ass.
So in
right?
this case, it's like own personal Dropbox you can actually create.
That's actually so nice, and you
Yeah.
guys, and you don't have to spend time downloading,
No.
uploading, and stuff like that because
No.
everything's already on a local file, right?
Yes.
Oh wow!
And that's also one of the advantage over there is that you don't, you have a 2 gig, collective data, and then you just add in some small data into it. So you don't actually sync the whole 2 point something GB kind of data. You only do the
Sync
incremental
the
data.
Differential.
The
We so-called
incremental.
as the differential data.
As well as a decremental in a way because it's a sync process just like a Dropbox. And the final thing that we want to really go and work on this one is that we want to show you what Jerry asked about, rebuilding a RAID if it
Oh, you
fails.
want to do it now?
No, that will be last because
Oh,
that will
okay.
take longer.
Okay.
But we will show you that with an SSD configuration, without any data, you're looking at about I don't know 30 minutes.
Okay.
But we won't be there. But if you have full data, it probably take days.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
So that's why people say rebuilding is a pain in the ass.
Yes, it is.
Okay, depends on some of the system.
Right.
Yeah.
For QNAP, basically, if let's say when the NAS is rebuilding, you will actually is still able to access the NAS to use.
You can still use it.
Yes,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
just the speed might be slower
Right, but it's still
because of the
usable.
processor is so-called like optimized for rebuilding.
Okay, so
Alright.
that's not too bad.
So let's do the first demonstration. Can I invite what's his name again?
KJ.
What's up, KJ?
KJ. All right. So
Bye,
Jun,
Jun.
you can go. You can come.
Wow, kena halau wo. Patut halau mi wo.
All right. Sorry. I don't, no, you got to use this because the thing 中咗藥 so you have to do yeah. Right. 呢個中咗
Yeah, let's download those Boku no Pico
Alright.
episodes, everyone.
Jun, I think better you sit down here because of the issue earlier. Yeah, come.
Boss, don't run away, boss. Boss, don't run away. You can't go to Ruski. Alright, here. We're about to have karaoke session, everyone. We're
So
gonna.
basically now we will be soon showing you is the one of the apps that is QNAP developed. We call it as a QSync.
QSync?
Yes. This QSync basically is something similar to Dropbox.
Okay.
But the differences is Dropbox is so-called like public cloud.
Right.
But for QSync, this is you can become it as your personal cloud.
That's where
And
you hide all the goods.
Host your own. So you have the security.
Security on these nuts, guys. No one can see these nuts. Oh shoot, I broke it again. Okay, so Sai Hussein asked, can GT630 Intel i3-2120 support this thing?
Huh?
Can GT630 Intel i3-2120 support this thing?
What is that?
I don't know.
It's a PC spec.
Oh, it's a PC spec. Can Intel i3 support that?
Yes. Any PC that have network can be connected
So
to
long
the
as
NAS.
you can go online, you're good. That's all you gotta do.
Because it will be see as a network drive.
Ah, okay, got it. Okay, so now we're in. We're just gonna have to show how it looks like to transfer Z file.
Now we're going to show how do we remote from outside, access from outside to remote in.
Okay,
our
from
NAS.
outside?
Yes, yes. And
That's mean let's say I'm at Starbucks.
Uh-huh.
how I want to access the data in my
Ah,
house.
right. Okay, so it's very similar to
It's
like a
something like
Google Drive, right?
I'm at here,
Yeah.
but my data is at home.
Ah, I see.
How I going to get it?
Right. So I think like the biggest issue here is like sometimes you want to go to work and then you forget your hard disk, right?
Yes.
So you have to turn back home and get it. So with
Yes.
this, you are able to just access it anywhere, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's how we're gonna show. Can we use our phone for it as well, like to access it?
Yes.
Yes.
We have mobile apps. We have developed mobile apps for those applications.
Right. So when you use a QNAP, you have to use the software for PC and there's a software for phone. Then.
Yeah, we have software for PC, also software for mobile phone.
Right, I'm looking at the UI as you said earlier. It looks
Yeah.
very simple, not intimidating to use, not a lot of
Yes.
buttons. So
And as you can see, you will feel like the interface is something like Apple.
yeah, it does. It's
Ah.
very clean. As I said before, like usually these things, right? When there's more buttons, when there's more things I have to press, I'm a little bit nervous.
We are trying to make it as so-called
Simple as possible.
user-friendly as possible for user to use.
I see. Okay, so now we're in.
Yeah.
So
Indeed,
so that's yeah, it does look like the iCloud.
Yes.
I like that. I like it.
So basically, this is actually we are so-called like we are now accessing from outside.
Right. So this is how it looks like when I'm at
Into the-
Starbucks.
Yes.
So from my external laptop lah, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're just gonna copy a file over here to show our presentation with our client at Starbucks, yeah? So basically the speed for this, if I'm from outside, I'm
Depends
downloading, depends on my line where I'm at Starbucks
Yes.
lah. So basically, if I'm on Starbucks Wi-Fi, confirm slow lah.
Normally, the speed it will be getting is around 20 to 30.
That's on a good internet.
Ah.
Alright, 2030. Actually, that's not bad. 2030 is pretty decent if you have proper internet.
Depends if there is a lot of user using. If a lot
Right.
user, maybe you sometimes will be get less than 10.
So what if I'm just using my mobile data? I can still download it, right?
Yes.
Okay. For sure. Okay, so
we,
yeah.
We have another features that is QSync just now that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the QSync is the client. You will install a client QSync client. Okay, you will use a QSync client to install on your Windows. So we will get something. The path will be like this. I will show you the path. So this
So
is our
basically-
QSync. Yeah.
That's QSync.
Yes.
Okay.
This is an application to install on the laptop or PC. So once the folder, it will be synced to the NAS. So
Okay.
meaning that in your NAS, you also will have a so-called a copy.
The QSync kind of reminds me of TeamViewer's colors. I don't know if you know what TeamViewer is.
Something about
Yeah.
that.
So whatever you put inside in this folder, so
Yeah.
will be synced into
It's automatically synced.
Yes, correct.
Right. So is it auto sync or does it wait for Wi-Fi to sync?
It wait for the Wi-Fi to have sync.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, connection. Yeah, once your
So
laptop has
basically,
connection.
wherever you go,
Mhm.
if once you connected to the network, then it will try to sync.
Okay, so like my question is, what if I don't have Wi-Fi at the time and I need that file ASAP? Can I force it to download to sync through my data?
As long as you have internet connection.
So how do I force it to do that? Is there a sync button?
Let's say like your mobile phone.
Yeah.
You just make it as a
The
hotspot.
hotspot, yeah. Oh, so it will automatically
Yes.
because it's Wi-Fi.
Yes.
Okay. But my phone in general, like say I'm on my phone, I want to download it now on my phone, and I only have data. Will it still download?
Yes.
Oh, so I can choose if I want to do it. I want it to sync over Wi-Fi or over data lah.
Yes.
Okay, that's very convenient.
Yes.
But can you choose a specific file to sync, or does it have to be everything?
You can choose the specific folder to
Okay.
sync.
How do you do that? How do you choose?
View and manage pair folder. So this is the folder we are syncing. So
So
we
you
will
can choose there.
Yeah, the testing folder. Yeah, this is the folder we are syncing. So all what you will put inside the folder then, all the file inside the folder will be synced.
Okay, that's cool. And
Yeah.
that was pretty fast actually. Is it done syncing already?
Yeah, it already synced
Oh
already.
wow! Holy crap! Okay, so that's
Okay,
fast.
and one of these QSync features is actually if your mobile phone
Mm-hmm.
or your laptop gone missing,
Mm-hmm.
you can directly log into the console
Mm-hmm.
to do a remote erase.
So no one can steal your
Of the
Boku no
data.
Pico episodes. I like it
So
very much.
basically, it's so-called it's a security.
Right. So you can like
So
automatically
like when
click
you
wipe
get back,
everything.
you buy a new notebook or new handphone,
Just log in.
you can just log in back and just sync it back.
That is
Then
so
your data will all
easy.
be back to the laptop
So
or
there is
the
a
phone.
button, yeah.
Oh, it shows that
remotely
once logged
erase
in.
device.
Okay. That's very useful. Okay, I kind of want it. I kind of want it. Okay, so now that's our second demo for tonight, right?
Yeah.
So we have another one coming. What's the next one?
Okay, the next one it will be the snapshot
Mm-hmm.
that we are promoting now. Actually, because for snapshot previously, we actually is emphasize more on the businesses, but we see the requirement. So now basically for the snapshot, we also actually give implement for our home and Soho model.
Right. So what exactly is snapshot?
Okay, snapshot is something like you taking a photo of your data.
Oh.
So
okay.
it's basically it will freeze the thing.
Uh-huh.
The advantage of this snapshot is basically if let's say because we are actually stored in a secure location.
Uh-huh.
So if let's say your NAS, the volume is been hit by ransomware,
Uh-huh.
you will be still to able to
Get the data
recover.
back. Okay.
Okay, because like just now, I think some of the user in the comment asked what is the difference between Synology and QNAP.
Uh-huh.
This is one of the difference. For QNAP, we have this snapshot technology for all our product.
Mm-hmm.
Synology, they do have, but theirs is a bit different.
Right.
Ah.
So I think in terms of like being more user-friendly, QNAP is definitely up there. More user-friendly, more secure, I guess, if you want to say the word is.
Is can say depends.
Depends.
Yeah.
But like I feel like for this one so far that you've shown me, like I would be more comfortable using QNAP. Just for the exact reason, like, you know, like ransomware, right? I feel like anyone can get ransomware. My friend's computer actually got it last time and she lost all of her files. So if she had a QNAP, all she had to do was just wipe everything and then she would just get it back anyways, right?
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, like that's the upside of this. And the thing is, everything is synchronized, so you don't have to worry about it.
If let's say for home user, as you all know that now Google Photo, they actually implement charges.
Yes.
For
starting in
Google
June.
Photo. So basically, for QNAP, you can save it at your QNAP, and we have apps. We call it as QU Magi. This QU Magi, basically we have so-called AI power.
Right.
So basically, you can tag the person, or you can identify the photo for, like, it's an animal, things, or people,
I see.
or location.
A lot of phones have
So
that right now.
basically, it will help you to automatically arrange according to the thing that you specify.
Nice.
Okay. Does this recovery thing, snapshot thing, does it take up space?
Yes, it will take out about 20%.
About
of
20%.
your storage
Okay.
capacity lah.
Okay.
so
So it still takes up
color,
space, not just just a snapshot can just recover anytime.
Yes.
So currently you can see our volume, there is 472 GB and the snapshot is used for about 30 GB. There is snapshot of the volume.
Okay.
So
That's
take
not
about 10%.
Okay, that's not bad at all. Okay,
It's
so now we're going to
basically
show
it's
it.
compressed.
Right. So how do we use it?
So now we have 16 version because our snapshot, we have another function that is version control.
Right.
Yeah, so if your user or maybe your friend or family accidentally delete some files, that we can choose.
Oh, it's like
Go back to-
a data point. You can roll back.
Yeah,
Yes.
can roll back
Yeah.
and choose which date you want to, or because I already schedule every 5 minutes will be snapshot version.
That is nice.
This
Yeah.
is something like window versioning.
Yes, that's the one. Yep. Okay,
So
that's
depends
nice.
how you set, maybe weekly or daily. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's same like Dropbox also lah. When Dropbox have the version that you can
Yes,
Yes.
go
correct.
back as
correct.
well. Okay.
Okay, so that's how snapshot works. Very simple,
Yeah.
very direct, and you can auto set it. Okay, so now the next one. What's the last one?
So the last one will be.
The last one we will show you like for those these two model, the below one is basically it can be hot swap.
Hot swapped?
Yes. Hot swap is meaning that if let's say one of the hard disk 40, I can straight away take it out to replace a new
Oh yeah,
drive.
yeah. You already told me about this just now.
Then
Okay.
I just need to sort it back.
Okay, now you can actually do it right now.
Yes.
All right, so let's see it. So we were asking them earlier, like, how does it work? They said QNAP actually, it still works so long as you just take it out and change to a new one. All right, so he already took it out. You see, it's still working, but it does show that the hard drive is out. That's why it's
Yes.
blue, right? It knows being taken out. Okay, so then,
It show the drive that is taking out.
yeah. Okay, so now what's he doing there?
Okay, it will take some time
Uh-huh,
so that it recognize that hard disk is been taken out.
right.
Oh, so it's not you ejecting the hard disk. You just take it out.
Yeah, just take it
Yes.
out because it's hot swap. Yeah, so
Ah,
now
okay.
it's warning.
Okay, as you can heard the sound, this is that the system already noticed that there is one drive missing.
The sound is giving me anxiety. You don't want to hear the sound. That sound, if you take out yourself, that sound okay. Oh. But if it's inside, it make that sound. Oh boy, prepare to withdraw money and get a new one, lah.
Yes.
Okay, so now all he has to
but
do is
the
just
system,
slide it.
as you can see, is
Still
still
running.
running.
Yeah. So all I have to do is just put it
You
back
can
in,
access your data is like normal.
like normal lah,
Yeah,
because
normal.
it's already redundant, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's just that when you're transferring the data, it might be a bit slow.
Right. So now that's the angry sound again. What does that sound say?
This is acknowledge that a new drive is being inserted
Right.
and it will be starting to rebuild.
Right, right. Oh, I see. It went from last one to the first one. Right. So they copied from the last drive to the first one, right? Over there?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. And now it's back. Is it back?
It's rebuilding. Yeah.
There we go. It's rebuilding already. And basically you can just let it rebuild in the background.
When
and just continue.
rebuilding, so actually basically for QNAP, we actually able to do the priority.
Right.
So if let's say like maybe it's at night,
Mm-hmm.
you can set the priority to do the sync, the rebuilding faster.
When you're not using the
So the
QNAP.
processor, it will be actually optimized all for the rebuilding.
Right, right. So you
it
can
will
set a
be
timer lah.
much more faster.
Ah,
So
okay.
if let's say like sometime maybe in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
you need to work,
Mm-hmm.
so you can just set the
Low
priority to
priority.
lower, but it will take longer time lah.
It's okay lah. Slower during the day and faster at night. Okay, well,
Yes.
still okay. So that's very simple. And usually, how long does it take, depending on how big?
Depends on how big the
Right.
capacity.
So
lah.
that's the fastest time. Minimum how long? Minimum
For this half an hour.
half an hour lah.
Yeah,
So
for
that's the
this half an
minimum.
hour, yeah.
And how big was that?
Because this is SSD, so will be faster.
Like how much
Yeah.
data was that?
This the hard drive is 240 GB.
Oh, okay. 240 GB for only half an hour.
Yes.
That's not bad. That's actually okay. Holy crap. So I mean like it will just take longer if you're working like enterprise size lah, because that's when you'll actually have a lot of
For
data.
18 tera, I think we tested should be about around one day, 1 day plus.
Not bad. Very, very fast actually. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, so that was our live demo of the QNAP.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. Boss, can we have you back here? Because now we will be moving into the lucky draw of the night while it rebuilds. Because it's gonna take a while. Alright guys, so we have one thing we are giving away tonight. This baby right here. This is, which one? What's this?
TS328.
Yeah, the QNAP TS2
TS328.
328. Oh my god, the name. TS328 worth 1,500 ringgit ish. Okay, this one comes with 3 bays, which is rate 5. I can't believe it! Woohoo! And it's worth a lot of money. So
You are certified.
I am. So guys, just reminding you guys once more to check in and register a.sdna.asia, answer the poll and feedback form, and be sure if we call your name to WhatsApp 016-668-3212 within 5 minutes. This is possibly, I think this is the most expensive thing we're giving out on No Tech Tash, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is the most expensive thing.
Actually, combined, this is the highest value giveaway.
Yeah, this is the highest value giveaway yet. Okay, so we are finally giving away NAS. Okay, guys, so let's do it. Okay, Alvin, say start anytime. Boss, say stop. Okay. All right, Alvin.
Start.
Stop.
Oh my God! Congratulations to Jerry Lau.
Jerry, you're a vendor, you know.
Cannot wear. I think cannot
He's a
walk.
vendor, you know.
Cannot walk. Change law. Jerry, give me a.
Give me a call personally. I want to talk to you.
Jerry, you talk to me. Give me a. Thank you a.
You gave me a trick question just now. I won't forget you.
Okay, boss. Before we end tonight, have you heard of goblin before?
Yes.
What's goblin?
You gobble.
God damn it, goblin this nuts.
Wow, you say a goblin? A goblin is somebody who gobble lah. You know?
A goblin is an animal in World of Warcraft lah. Hiya! Okay, guys.
All right.
That's all for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Hey,
QNAP, Alvin.
No, there's more.
There's more?
Yes, there's 2 items tonight.
Really? Oh!
Wait, before we go there, any more questions? Nick, do you have any more questions about QNAP?
I think
Say no,
last
say
one
no,
is-
say no. Wanna give
Say
away
yes.
item?
Say yes.
Does it work as a web server?
Yes.
Like web hosting server?
Yes, basically
Yes.
it can be as a web server.
Not recommended though.
Okay.
Okay, answer already. Can we know?
Yeah, what about King? King, you have any questions?
I think King left already.
Oh, King left already.
He
Okay.
had family business.
All right. So
Okay.
anybody from the chat box who have any questions, we're going to answer you.
Guys, can you ask them
Forget
what we're giving
about
away
Tash, yes.
item? What are we giving away next? Let's say question.
What's the model, Alvin?
TS431P.
This one?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, how much is this one worth? 2,500?
roughly about that.
Woo! Biggest one yet! Guys, this is
Alright.
the most expensive one yet. It's worth more than my brain cell. Okay. As usual, this time, boss, you say start, Alvin say stop, okay?
Okay.
Alrighty.
Start.
Stop.
There we go, Muhammad Karami bin Mat Kamil. Congratulations! You are the brand new owner of the, what's it called?
TS431P.
It's a QNAP NAS box.
Yes,
Worth
that.
2005.
Yes, this one. So thank you guys so much. Thank you to QNAP. You guys are awesome. You're my new best friend. Thank you so much because we are ape together strong. You help Brain Cell. Thank you very much. Thanks, boss, I guess. And thank you as well for being here and explaining to us how to use the what do you call it thing? The interface? Is that what you call it?
The web console.
The web console. See, my brain cannot understand these words. And thank you for June for just being here, I guess. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Really need your support. The crew did a lot of work to prepare everything tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, see you guys on YouTube.
See you guys tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for Indiana Bones at 8:30 p.m. That's where you can see, Pontianak during puasa kena jail, but not on Bones' stream. Pontianak only come out on Bones' stream. Okay, good night everyone, and thank you to you, sir, in the red shirt. Shout out to your channel. Shout out to your social media handles. Do it now. Hurry!
So my social media is basically Nixin86, NIXIN86. That's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere is the same. So if you want to look for me, just search for that.
Yeah, search for that because he understands these nuts. Good night. Oh yeah, and also thank you so much to King Jeffo as well. I like that I broke him, and now he's broken for good. Good night.
Call me. Remember, call me. All right, bye-bye.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are unboxing. I don't know what the heck this is. That looks like a toaster. 100%. No la. That's a what is this? Obviously, it's a Wi-Fi router. Y'all are just Zoomers, man. It's a Discman.
Don't worry, Dad. I got you covered.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to No Tech Tash, where we'll be unboxing a mystery item for tonight. I wonder what it is.
Hi, I'm King Angel. Your cosplaying, maid cafe running, freelance modeling, live streaming, high heel wearing, weird singing, bad dancing, unicorn loving, sashimi eating, loud talking, no chilling host of Angel and Friends. Cosplaying with great friends has taught me a lot of things, and we're here to share our stories with you. Join me on Angel and Friends every Friday at 8 p.m. only here on serverDNA TV.
Everyone gets to make choices. He wants to get ahead of others, while they keep themselves busy. And she prefers keeping it private. Whatever your needs may be, there isn't one that does it all, does it? Introducing a range of new routers and Wi-Fi mesh. Whether it's speed or coverage, there is a device for everyone. This is broadband done right. Get better choices with Time Fiber Home Broadband.
Welcome back to yet another show of serverDNA Live with FLAVA, with yours truly, Muhammad Farid. Guys, and call me FLAVA, and I'll be MC and the host.
Less green. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're like blending in with the background.
Every day, just have a good time, clap. Party Rock is in the house tonight.
I swear, I sound like the retard guys trying to figure out voices. Baca komen sambil memandu accident.
Accident.
So salahnya salah diet ke ataupun salah
Divider tu.
Anatagas?
Anatagas, yes.
Thank you. Join me on serverDNA Live with FLAVA every Wednesday at 8 p.m. right here at serverDNA TV.